Okay, guys, I have had a lot to say about accountability lately and how important it is and how far it can go, and I feel like I'm not taking my own advice. Obviously, by now you guys have seen the tweets that are circulating around. They unfortunately are not fake. Those are real tweets, like real things that I said.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about Brooke Schofield. If you haven't already seen, she's been exposed for posting racist tweets in, I think it was 2012, 2015. These tweets have apparently been circulating Reddit for a while. People have been calling her out in her comments, but she hasn't addressed it until now. I actually saw that Amy Robinson made a video about this a while ago now. The tweets are absolutely horrible. They're blatantly racist. I don't really want to repeat them, but I have left them on the screen if you want to look. She said, for context, I was raised by my grandparents and they weren't very progressive. They were right-wing conservative. In my opinion, regardless of how you're raised at that age, you should really know that racism, homophobia, fat shaming is wrong. You should also have your own principles and morals.
First of all, I want to acknowledge that I feel the same way about them that you do. I think they're so disturbing, they're wrong, they're horrible, and they're disgusting. Of course, I do appreciate the people who are coming to bat for me and like saying like, you know, it was so long ago and like she's grown and stuff, but like it doesn't fucking matter. Like it literally does not matter.
I think this creator makes some really good points.
I will leave her TikTok in the description.
I wrote my college thesis on racial disparities. So how things like socioeconomic standing, health, housing, income, and so many other things can be affected by your race.
I started faking liberal views when writing college papers, and it's so concerning how much my grades have improved since.
Ooh, that one's pretty bad.
That's like math.
Girl, you are cooked. I've always believed that people who are racist suffer from mental illness, and it's not an excuse. You know, here's why. You need to go to therapy, and you need to unwind the trauma that you experienced as a child of your parents convincing you that you need to be fearful and see another human being to be inferior to you just because they do not look like you. Exhibit A, the fact that she wrote a whole college thesis, which means she took hours and days and weeks to do research, to look into studies, evidence and proof of how race drastically affects people in this country. So the fact that she took the time to do all this research and she still is as ignorant as she is validates my theory that their brains are caca and that it'll take more than education to rewire their brain for the inherent racism that's in them. And this is why you still cannot trust people that seem to be the most wokest, the most liberal, the most I care about the environment, I care about housing, I care about poverty, because they're the ones that have the most evil mindsets and think that you are inferior to them. And they only play this role because they know it'll get them scholarships and A's in school and opportunities and be able to step all over the same minorities that they're claiming that they want to support. First of all, the fact that to you, believing that people deserve housing and education and food is a liberal mindset. What? So being a decent human being is now a liberal mindset. So you're admitting that being a conservative and or a Republican means that you are not a decent human being, right? Anyways, people like that deserve the worst and should never be trusted at all.
These are some more of the tweets which she posted. Again, blatant racism against various minorities. She was also fat shaming people. Someone posted on Reddit that Brooke allegedly paid them off to delete the exposed tweets, but obviously they have resurfaced again. She also posted on Reddit herself replying to the Reddit thread quite a while ago, but never addressed it publicly. Now she's blown up in popularity on social media. She obviously can't hide it anymore. So whether she's genuinely apologizing because her views have changed, I think maybe because she's been exposed. So she says in one of her TikTok videos that she's donated to the Trayvon Martin Foundation and that she's going to look into other foundations that she can help and donate to.
Like I said, I think reparations are more important than apologies. So I have already donated to the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Literally the first thing I did. And I'm doing my research. I'm looking into other communities and foundations that I can help with, and I will continue to do that. Like I said, in any way that I can help, I will help.
I think that a lot of the people that are saying in her comments, they're like, "We forgive you," like it's okay. They're actually white people.
I think it should be up to the people that the tweets were about, whether they will accept her apology or not.
They are horrible. I want to talk about particularly the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman situation. Try not to be so emotional because I don't want it to seem like it's like a sympathy thing at all. I also don't want to blame anybody else at all. And so I'm trying like to be really careful about that. I just want to explain like and give some context into like my mindset at the time, because I have seen like some comments today that are like, well, no shit, she's racist, like white nepo baby, like a little like spoiled brat, like, and that was not my situation. And my parents were addicts, so I was adopted by my grandparents when I was like 10, and I grew up with them from that point on. And as is true for a lot of grandparents, they're a little bit less progressive than a lot of us are now. It took me a really long time. Like, I know some of the tweets I was like 18 and people are like, yeah, like she was old enough to know better. And like, honest to God, you guys, it wasn't until like even after college that I really started to like shift my way of thinking. And my grandma has dementia, so it was really just like me and my grandpa, and he is a very, very right-wing conservative man. Okay, it was like my household was literally just Fox News all the time, Rush Limbaugh, like if you guys know who that is, like playing literally all day long through the house, and that was just like the only thing ever that I had been exposed to. A lot of you guys have also seen my mom's Twitter because she was responding back and forth about the Trayvon Martin situation, and I just should have known better. I know her, and I should have known that she is not somebody that I take any sort of political insight from at all. Again, sometimes you like have these people that you like put on a pedestal and you think everybody older than you is smarter than you and knows everything, and they do not. Truthfully, there are people in my life who I might have looked up to forever who I do not agree with. And I think it's amazing now that people are like learning earlier on about politics and like forming their own opinions outside of like what their parents think or what they're hearing or whatever it is. But that just wasn't the case for me. Whatever I heard, I passed on. I'm sorry, very, very sorry to anybody who is hurt by the tweets, because obviously they are very hurtful. Like a lot of it is just like what, like why would I even say that? And I apologize for not having said something sooner. I just felt like I was getting these messages from people who like were hurt by them, and I felt like by bringing more attention to it, I was just going to be hurting more people, and that was not the right mindset. I should have said something sooner, and I would never let something go this far again. Like, I love you all so much, and obviously I know that there are some people who are just like not gonna care for me anymore, and like I understand that. I need you to know that like is not how I think, that is not what I believe, and I am 27 years old now. I've had so much time to like learn and grow and like formulate my own opinions, and they are nothing like they were when I was 17, 18 years old.